Student muted. There we go. Well,
If we
we
can
were
meet
we were
over here now.
speaking to avoid there, and as I said, technical difficulties. I haven't actually streamed in a minute, but
What does it? Fine.
audio's there now. No stream
But
delay, so it actually works. Yeah, let me turn you up just a little bit.
as we were saying, first match of the spring showdown: Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girlboss versus Kittens. We're currently just waiting on confirmation for both teams to start, but once that happens, we'll be heading in. I see you in the chat, Mr. Mustard.
There he is. All right. Well,
All right.
yeah. It's
Well,
confirmation.
we'll
There we
be
go.
going in now. But yeah, so something to keep a lookout for both these teams. The tank players I've heard are both very good. So Ethan, he's one of the players on D1. He'll be being showcased, or he'll start being showcased for Kittens versus Ramsey, one of Rufal's friends, also from D1. So.
And here we'll have, yep, as you said, two very, very competent tanks here as we sort of, because honestly, Ethan or Copy being a almost a sub tank at this point, where he doesn't get as much showtime as I'm sure he desires, and so this will be his sort of his way to figure out what he's doing and get his name out there even more than it already was.
And as we see here, both teams running out with the Lucio Moira. Mr. Mustard didn't put the April Fool's patch off. All right,
Well,
let's see this.
bit more technical difficulties. At least it's not my fault this time.
Parsa, how do we fix this? We'll wait to see what he. 1 second.
Mustard.
How do we change it back?
What do you mean? What
It's on the lobby code is on April Fools.
That doesn't sense. Just change it. It's in the lobby settings. It's
Yeah,
just change it.
Where is it in the lobby settings?
It should be, because it should default to competitive. It shouldn't have the April Fool's patch off.
Okay. even more technical difficulties as we work through these. I think what's going to be happening is we're just gonna. The biggest issue right now is that we don't have. Well, we're on the April Fool's code, which is not good. It's not very competitive, I would say. So we're gonna get rid of that.
Where is this?
There we go. Now we can speak again.
All right,
Going
welcome
to
back
game
after some
only.
technical difficulties.
Yep, after that fine investment of time, we are finally back and ready to play the video game or view the video game again as we walk into the first map of the first match of the Cal Poly Spring Showdown. I don't know why I want to say summer. Anywho, we're going to be completely different compositions here, very unlike the other things, as we've got I'm still just flabbergasted.
The blue team tried to go up to high ground and take it back, but the other team is a little too versatile, a little too nimble. But Park actually showing up big, able to get out both of the supports, with Gabe being able to clean up the copy.
Yeah, exactly. We've got two, as you said earlier, in case people forgot, two very competent teams and two really good tanks here. They're definitely going to be sort of fighting for that role of who's winning.
Yeah. One thing to take into account here with Copy's team, or with the red team, they'll be trying to be really nimble, trying to stay away from the Orisa, away from the Bastion.
Exactly. Right now we've got a lot of kind of just poke going on here, not really any utilities being used or any eliminations on the field, just people trying to go in as fast as they can and or get as much damage as they did. I'm still not
Here we have duplicate from Benki
you.
looking to try and get Emu Man on the Bastion. They trade both tanks, but we still have one tank up as a copy, and the Bastion does go down. And he continues again with another ult, and is able to find Gabe on the Extreme on the outside of the point.
And a really nice duplication over the. Yep. A really nice duplication over there from Copy, able to not Copy, sorry, Benki, able to just kind of win that fight for them. They didn't really need to invest anything else in there, and it's pretty similar ultimate.
Yeah, as you can see, Park already has his ult up, so they're going to be trying to go fast, trying to get in there with the Coalescence and try to catch them off guard. But they're going to have to go fast because Kittens' ultimate is coming up online soon, and with B-Tricky's Visor, that could be some trouble.
Yeah, they're definitely have to work here. With Bionade coming out onto the enemy Orisa, we are looking at a lot of utility. We do see the Valkyrie get popped and Sound Barrier from Team 1.
Into the pit.
Yeah, fortunately, Copy's able to get a nice little kill over on Ramsey as he, falls into the void there. Thrusters is really good at getting that little bit of momentum, especially
damage boosted Nano Visor coming out, completely separating the Bastion from the rest of the team. That will be resulting in everybody getting eliminated one by one.
It's gonna be another fight one for Kittens here.
As you see, they invested a lot into that, so they'll have nothing coming into this next fight with Gav Extreme 363 with a Visor. And we can also see a swap coming in, them going on to the Zarya rather than sticking with the Orisa. I think this is a great swap. It'll be a lot easier to punish the
I think so,
Diva,
well.
get in there with the beam.
And immediately Zarya is already at 80% charge. No more bubbles, but very, very high. As we see the
Everybody's already so low.
Yeah, just so much damage. And high Zarya is so threatening. We do have Visor and artillery on the field here. As we... GGG just kind of wait as they push in and just get 2 kills instantly. Even Man doing so much with that bashed left click. We are going to see the duplication from Benki there, duplicating Zarya, joining to try to build that.
They're in a 4v3 right now, and they're able to get the kill on the D-Mech onto the Diva, leaving them stranded. So as long as they're able to clean up these last few stragglers, as long as Rufo trying to get the... Oh, they actually go down. Copy still living on high ground as a baby Diva. Will they be punished for this?
Oh, just barely gets that immortality frames at the end to get his neck back.
But the DPS on Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girlboss were able to secure kills and finish off the fight. Here is Emu Man going for a Bastion ult while the other team is still in spawn.
Bit of toxicity here as he's waiting for that island to poke
Let's
up.
see
Maybe
if he gets any value. Ooh,
only gets 2 of those artillery shots out.
That's tough. So Park again has a coalescence. They're going to be looking to go fast with that, with the other team having a bomb. Blue team will have to be like angles in order to avoid that.
Yeah, with Kitten here having, or not, yeah, Kittens having self-destruct here, they're definitely going to want to wait to use it for whenever you're getting a little bit lower there. And we also have Graviton Searcher, again, trying to get anything. Would you see, ooh, self-destruct go out, able to take down Graviton Surge, but Jerky also getting Emu Man. Ramsey trading almost instantly with his Graviton Surge and elimination of his own, but gets eliminated by Benki.
Yeah, and the last 2 supports of GGG trying to stay alive on point, but it's not enough. And Kittens is going to look to be taking the first map. Oh,
Gabby Extreme is actually able to touch at the very end, but there's not really much you can do as he's got no second touch.
Yeah. We're off to a great start. It's only round 1. We're already to a 99-99 banger.
That's what we like to see. 2 very, very competent teams doing the best they can to work properly.
Yeah. It's interesting watching the more divey style of Kittens as they're trying to play a bit more split, make it harder to kill them. Meanwhile, the Gaslight Girlboss is trying to play more of a rushed-oriented style, which usually works out pretty well, but with the other team so nimble and hard to get, it's proving to not be enough right now.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like Team 1 is actually going to be swapping up their composition just a little bit to match Kittens there and, you know, counter dive, I'd say.
Yeah, they're both playing more divey. Gaslight Girlboss is trying to play more zombie-style comp with the Reaper and the Lucio Rush. So we'll see if they're able to follow up on that.
We do also have the Echo swap over here to Sombra here to try to get the sneaky little hacks, those health pack kills, or hacks as well. Reaper pushing in a little bit far, having to use his Wraith to get out, not really getting too much done with that. We do see the Winston taking high ground as well as he can, forcing Kittens off of it and doing good his own.
Yeah, you can see the blue team has the high ground. They have a lot more control, so they're going to be able to punish the red team as they walk in. And Jacob is able to get, or Emu Man is able to get Benki before the fight even starts, forcing them to give up the point.
Ooh, we do have a damage boosted soldier over there on Team Kittens, and that's going to be doing a lot as this Winston flies to the sky, just going to be drilled. We do see a large biotic grenade over there from Stone 6, able to get 2, I think, although no kills were found.
Yeah, the Girlboss team, although they have the space, they kind of give up the high ground right now, so it's a bit more of an even footing. And there's no ults coming up just yet.
Gavex Extreme is going to have Death Blossom here very, very shortly with the amount of damage he's pummeling into Copy.
Similar thing. Actually able to get demeched, so they'll be fighting down basically an entire player. We'll see if they capitalize on this.
Ooh.
A gigantic blossom from Gatekeep Extreme with Emu Man following up on both supports actually as you get a team kill.
We are going to have very similar ultimate economy here, except Copy swaps off of Diva onto Orisa, so therefore it's even more even now.
Yeah, they weren't able to handle the other dive of the team, so now they're gonna be trying to counter it more directly. As the Tinker goes up to 60%. Some area cleared in the chat.
Kittens has not actually been able to get onto point or cap points once here, as Ramsey jumps in. He's definitely fishing for someone to misplay and see what he can do. We're going to see EMP come out from Benki, able to get spot all 5, eliminating 3 quite quickly, and Emuman soon to follow as he dashes in the wrong direction.
Although Parkalicious was able to get off the Kitsune rush, there were too many ults on the other side. They had EMP come out, they had the Valkyrie boosting, then Visor, and so the red team was able to just roll them over with all that power. But going to this next fight, Kittens only has Nano to go up against Primal, Blade, and Beat, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll have Dragon Blade, Sound Barrier, Primal Rage, but yeah, that's going to be a lot more ultimates than, as you said, Kittens have here. We're going to start off with a quick Primal Rage and Dragon Blade. Almost able to get 2. This guy's definitely going to want to look for the Nano before he dies. We are going to see Sound Barrier go out as well. 3 very, very quick ults, but Kittens are still actually able to find some kills here as GGG is doing their best to stay alive. Reaper looking very, very low, trying to get this med pack in the end, unable to get it, gets taken down. Ramsey doing his best to take care of this Mercy, but Mercy has too much movement.
Yeah, they burst all of their ults there, but the Beat, like, for example, was not able to get Park, which he got eviscerated by the enemy team. So just kind of a lack of communication, a lack of going together as a team there. Everything was kind of split.
Yeah, and now Kittens are back to having some few ults here. They have Nano. They didn't even have to use Nano that last fight, so they still have Nano along with soon to have Duplicate and Terror Surge here.
Yeah, I want to watch Copy this fight because he has the Terror Surge coming up, and with the other team, he can get the Genji, the Lucio. We'll see what he gets.
Definitely going to see Terror Surge come out soon, and along with the Nano getting a nice double kill over there on Emuman and Gabe Extreme. No other ultimates are used. Oh,
the Nano Terror Surge is too much.
Oh, they're staggering.
Oh,
it is a tournament.
My God, in the community tournament.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And we're going to see if they're going to be actually be able to touch with down their tank.
We do have Duplicate and soon to have Valkyrie here as well. And GGG doesn't really have any ultimates on the board. So it's looking like a bit of the advantage of Kittens here, as they were able to stagger to 99 and have more ultimates. If you have a Genji, I've heard this guy is really, really good at Genji, although just gets taken out very, very quickly by Park.
And now they're fighting down a Lucio. Are they going to be able to bring this back and get... They're able to equalize getting the tank on the other team. That's a giant pick. Are they be able to finish with another kill? Well, Benki is currently separated without any heals, but they're able to group together. And with Visor coming through and the res coming through, they're going to be able to mop up these last finishing kills, with the first round going to Kittens.
An explosive round there near the end, as they were able to just, GGG came out with 3 ults back to back to back and didn't get anything out of it. And Kittens were just kind of broke LOS with that sound barrier and a few other things and allowed them to win the fight nonetheless.
Yeah, they were off to a great start, getting up to about 81% before the enemy team even capped once, but they just fell apart. They weren't able to deal with the Orisa. It was too solid.
Oh yeah, I agree. And it just kind of exploded. Like, as I said, so many ultimates used, and Kittens didn't even need to use one there. I'm swapping back to cameras. That was a fun... Yes, losers. Yes.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was a good game, because the first round was 99-99, and the second one was like, what, 80-99?
Yeah, it could have gone either way.
Definitely.
We have a losers map pit coming up, so we'll see what Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girlboss is going to be looking towards. I believe it's Escort next, or no, it's Hybrid next. And the map pool includes everything, so they'll have whatever they want to pick. Oh, they've already picked King's Row.
It looks like a quick King's Row. I'm hoping for a bit of a Reinhardt duel. This is definitely the most fun to watch, especially on something like King's Row.
Yeah. So we will see how this. Somebody in chat is asking for the Ryan mirror. We'll see if they bring it out. But I think both teams have a really good shot here. I think they're both going to be trying more rush-oriented stuff for this fight. I don't think dive works quite as well on Kings. And I don't expect poke to come out from any of these teams. So we'll see if the teams are ready and then head back in. Yeah. My camera is so much farther in than yours.
Yeah. Mine's on a monitor.
I'll get more centered. See, it's better.
It's fine.
I
Or
have
not too professional.
the Genshin. What's that? Genshin Impact poster above me on the right. I got my bookshelf on the left.
I don't have any paintings behind me, but I do
That's
have a.
actually.
What happened?
I have a guillotine there, as you can see on the side of my bed. Wait, am I this way?
That way. There you go. Oh yeah, I love him. Over there, I've got a painting of Ronnie the Witch from Elden Ring, and then one from Nausicaa over the Toxic Jungle from the Studio Ghibli movie.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty sure.
I've been trying to watch more Studio Ghibli movies recently. I've got an what was it? Oh, which one have I watched? My Neighbor Totoro actually.
That's a good one. That's
Month
good. I
back.
think
It was pretty good.
that was my first one as well. How many have you watched?
I watched Spirited Away, Apprentice Mononoke, The Boy and the Heron. Oh, we're going to.
That's the new one. I haven't watched that one yet.
I really enjoyed it. It was kind of an acid trip to be honest, but
Have you seen Ponyo?
I have not. No.
That one's a really good one.
Hmm.
Looks like this third map or second map rather is going to be King's Row as I move us into the versus thing again. Looks like they're requesting a few custom rules here for this. Yeah, I guess self-made rules for the match here, out of respect. I understand it.
Yeah.
As we go into this King's Row match, I think we are going to see a double Reinhardt game. I'm certainly not complaining as he is a fun character to watch.
And you see both teams actually rolling out on the Reinhardt, especially the defensive team. They've committed to it. They can't go back to spot and switch.
Yeah, as you said, both teams are on Reinhardt here. Just as we were hoping, we are seeing
So we see the Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girlboss is coming out with the Bath Lucio, while the other team is looking more towards Moira Lucio. The Moira Lucio, I think it has more heals. Oh. I see the chat. Moira has more heals, but has less utility. There's not much burst healing, and they don't have the immortality field, which would prove to be gigantic. So we'll see what happens here.
Although, as you said, Moira doesn't have that burst. He has so much sustain and just constant healing. And both teams are running out on Lucio. Kind of necessary, I'd say. As they're definitely going to try to see what they can do to keep both their tanks in and out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Be Tricky is on the Widow right now. I look for a couple opening shots, but it seems like he's going to be switching back over to the Soldier. And both teams, they already forced out Lamp quite early in the fight. That is going to be very important coming up.
TP onto point here from the Symmetra and just be an explosive point on as Ramsey tries if he can, but it gets taken down by the Symmetra.
Oh my god. That TP just destroyed them. They TP'd right on top of the Baptiste and were able to kill them before anything else happened. Gatekeep Girlboss is not ready.
One thing about seeing Copy on Reinhardt is he is currently playing controller.
Yeah, he's a bit unconventional, but when he's on Reinhardt and Winston, he really likes being able to... He just likes the feel of it more. Honestly, fair enough.
Plays well to me. Let's see. We do have very similar ultimate economy here, except it looks like Kittens are slightly higher.
Yeah, they'll be playing up on the torn.
Yeah, that photon barrier is going to be very important here. Just lock off those LOS, or lock off that LOS, especially with Reinhardt. Locking Reinhardt from away from his back. We're going to see a shatter here pretty soon as Copy gets it first. He's able to get 3 with that.
The TP shatter.
It's a bit toxic here, but he's able to get 2 or 3 shatters, 3 kills, separate people, but looking pretty good right here.
Yeah, that was pretty clean. Their TP shots are proving to be more than what Girlboss can handle, with them getting behind the team too easily.
Yeah, GGG is not really adapting properly to this teleportation shots. We see again that because of this TP, Copy's able to build shatter so much quicker than Ramsey was. He's at 30 almost, and Ramsey's still only at 90.
Yeah, but the Kittens or the Girlboss team will be getting the shatter up this fight, and they get the Lucio, and they're able to get the rest of the team with that.
Gabe Extreme only able to see the end of that. Able to get 3 or almost 4 with his ultimate, and finishing off the smash there at the end.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna start saying girl bosses now because I'm trying to say Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girlboss, and it's just getting my tongue too twisted.
I just say GGG.
GGG. Yeah. I much
'Cause-
prefer the Kittens moniker of the other team.
I must admit, even if Kittens is kind of a silly name, it's easier to say than Gaslight, Gatekeep,
Kind of
Girlboss.
terrifying when they're playing this well.
I agree. We do have sound barrier on the field for both teams, to be honest. And we also have Shatter very, very shortly. If Copy lands a nice fire strike here.
Oh,
Ooh, Ramsey able to take down B Tricky with a bit of
amazing fire strike.
a straight fire strike there. Right now, pushing in. Looks like there's gonna be a bit of a TP behind with the Shatter. Ooh.
Oh, but they answer
no.
the fire strike of their own, getting Parkalicious with it. And then they're gonna have to be forced to back and take another fight.
We do have sound barrier coming out from both teams as they try to figure out their place in this fight. And it looks like Copy is taking a substantial amount of damage, only able to take down
my
one with
God.
that Shatter. Almost getting Reaper ruffled, falling away.
Even though he was only
And-
able to get one with that Shatter, it was an important hit to get. And with them such low HP, it was a ballsy play, but it ended up paying off for them as they capped second.
One thing I forgot to, I don't remember for the term. Is this a first of or a best, or first two or best of?
This is a first to 3, so...
First 2-3. All right.
Ramsey requesting a swap in the chat, wanting to be rid of this prison that he's found himself in.
Yeah, unfortunately, Copy can't quite respond being on controller here.
But he has got his teams to speak for him. And up here, we can see that both teams have Coalescence coming online with Shatter for Ramsey.
We got
We'll see.
Coalescence, Photon Barrier. We're going to see a bit of a pen from behind. I'm going to get anybody. Immediately gets shattered. Sound Barrier coming out from Gatekeep there.
Almost pushed off the map.
Ramsey just barely not pushing him off the map. And then Benki's down here just cleaning up the floors with that high charge. 4x, or I think it's 3x damage.
They just had morals in the bank there that they wanted to use. They used the GGG used Coalescence, but the other team, they had Coalescence, they had Visor, they had a Photon Barrier. And now we can see the swap to Orisa coming up, trying to sustain their front line a little bit more.
Ooh, he tries to push him into the Reaper Death Blossom there. Does a pretty good job, but Immortality is used from GGG there. Quite successfully, as Kittens are unable to win this fight.
The Orisa was, it seems like quite a good pick here, as he was able to stay alive, especially with Photon, what is it called? Like the turrets hitting him the entire time.
Oh yeah.
He was getting blasted by 3 of those with the other team shooting at him, but with his gold, he's able to live with more than enough HP.
I think they're called Street Turrets.
Sentry turrets. Wise man. But now coming up to this fight, Emu Man coming up with a overclock for Sojourn. If he's able to hit these shots, there's not really anything the other team can do about it, with them only having a beat in response.
I didn't even notice it, but Ramsey actually swapped over here to Roadhog to sort of counteract the dive going on by Copy, trying to hook him into that little CC gap there is.
Yeah, Emu Man kind of forced to play back. With a TP coming in, he's not able to use overclock.
Ooh, really, really nice blocker there from Copy, just barely timing that Hog chain hook. Hog forced to use this take a breather here as he's just on the run. We are going to see Amplification Matrix come out from Ruffle as she's unable to get any kills.
Yeah,
Copy
they
playing
have to ult
Creeper
the
as well.
bank, but Emu Man got 2 split from his team. He was stuck in spawn at about like 40 HP. And because of that, he wasn't able to get it off. They weren't able to take space, and they'll lose the point for it.
Yep. It's going to put Kittens with 1 minute 36 seconds left as we go on to the second round.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard mountain to climb for the team. Even with the swap, Santa they were on the Hog, it wasn't enough for them to take the W.
Although it gave them more of a sense of delay, as you said, they weren't able to push off.
Yeah, well, we'll see what they pull out of the hat for this next fight. I would think they're gonna stick to another more rush-oriented composition. I wouldn't be surprised to see Orisa again trying to deal with that Reinhardt, as it was too much to handle for them the first 2 points.
Yeah, it seems to be that way. It also seems like Copy is still on Reinhardt, or at least seeing what Ramsey's doing. And what it looks like, Ramsey's on Reinhardt here, so I'm sure we'll see another Reinhardt mirror, at least at the beginning.
Another Reinhardt mirror. For honor, he says he will keep the mirror. One thing to keep it for note here is that even switching over to Symmetra. I don't know if it's just for a TP out of spawn, but keeping it could prove very effective, as Benki was able to use it to great effect last round, being able to block off overclocks, anything the other DPS, and with Benki going onto the Tracer, it could be really dangerous with all the sentry turrets lying around.
Yeah, Tracer is really strong, but being slowed down constantly by those symmetric turrets are going to be, as you said, devastating and incredibly difficult to deal with. We're going to be, say, very similar compositions besides those two changes. So I'd like to see how this one goes.
Hey, looking for a TP onto the high ground as they jump onto Be Tricky and kill him immediately. And now they kind of flip the point.
Yeah, that was an explosive elimination. As really, Kittens are not able to do anything about this. And it looks like
charge from Ramsey onto Copy, just ending his life before he could even blink.
Looks like GGG has got an even faster first point captured than Kittens did.
Yeah, that was really well played. They saw that the... Oh, wait. Tracer is trying to contest point. Are they able to stay alive? Ooh, wait. Kittens might be able to have a recontest here if they're not careful.
Ooh.
Oh,
Unless
somebody is
maybe
able
one more
to
touch. Ooh.
Oh, but the Lucio goes down and the Tracer.
Eberman gets a double kill, but it is contesting. There's so low health there. One good fire strike might have been able to get the rest of them, but unfortunately, the rest of Kittens are unable to survive.
It was a valiant effort with the Lucio and the Tracer being able to touch. They almost had it, but they just got picked too early. Copy was almost able to build a fire strike or a ultimate Earth Shatter in time, but it wasn't quite enough.
We do have Amplification Matrix on the board over there for GGG. The only ultimate that Kittens have is, or two, are Earth Shatter and Pulse Bomb.
Yeah, we'll see if Rivel's able to pressure, because with the Baptiste, you could pressure the Rhino Shield down super quickly, and even if he has Shatter, he's not going to be able to use it, because he's not going to have any sustain afterwards.
We do have Benki in the back here doing a little bit of just distracting as he almost lands a stick, almost able to get 2 kills with the fact that with how Population was playing. We see Shatter come out from Copy here, able to get 2 or none. I couldn't tell, and tries to run away. Successfully able to pin Eberman at the last second. Really even fight, but it looks like just looks even to me.
Oh, the DPS. There's
one
DPS, 2 DPS. It's the Tracer versus the Reaper, and Benki comes out on top with a stellar performance, killing I think 3 of the enemy team in that brawl.
It's a very, very close fight there, but Kittens are just barely, I'd say, win the fight, but they couldn't really do too much with it.
Yeah, they won the fight, but their spawns are much further back, and they're going to be able to get the push anyway. As you can see in this next fight, there's a lot of ults coming out for both teams, everything but the Earth Shatter for Kittens.
Yeah, right here we've got a lot of things going on. We've got the Amplification Matrix coming out from Ruffle as we fight. We see the Pulse One come from Benki, able to knock down Ruffle as she used Immortality just slightly too late. We do see Be Tricky with the, what's it called? Tactical Visor here probably fairly soon, and the Coalescent as well from Kitten.
Yeah, hopefully they don't use any more ults. This is definitely a lost fight.
Yeah,
once you use your Baptiste, there's no more healing.
Tactical Visor is not needed as they do win the fight pretty confidently. As we do see Copy and the rest of his team push up fairly far to make sure they can't push in.
Yeah, they had the space, they had the Amplification Matrix up, but that pulse, they just weren't able to get the Immortality field down in time.
Wish I'd gotten a closer view. I was doing kind of a wide view there, but it looked good nonetheless. We do have Park having that sound barrier, but both teams have sound barrier, so probably going to see a bit of a trade. Both Rhines have Earth Shatter here, probably going to use it similar times. We do see the TP up to the top, as Reinhardt's definitely going to look for a Shatter here very, very shortly.
Engaging with the B. Oh my god, Ramsey gets hit with the Earth Shatter, but it's only him, and as long as he's able to survive this, he should...
Ooh, a very nice block over there from Copy, blocking Ramsey's Earth Shatter, and doing a whole bunch of damage as well. Benki able to finish off the rest of them, and Stonesick doing the same.
Yeah, they used the beat to engage, but they weren't really all on the same page, so they weren't able to all get in. So even though they had all the extra health and shields, it all went to nothing.
Yeah, unfortunate. Ooh, a bit of a stagger there from Gibby Extreme.
Yeah, so coming up to this next fight, both DPS for both teams have the ultimates, with Kitten getting close to Coalescence. If Immune is able to get a good photon barrier up,
yeah, go
ahead.
We do have Benki on the flank here. I thought I'd mention, or not anymore, but he was on the flank. He might be looking for a bit of a sneaky pulse bomb here, similarly to last fight, to try to get maybe Ooh, unfortunately, does not get
the
a stick.
photon
Thank that
barrier
photon
stops
barrier.
the stick, and yeah, Extreme is able to go in with his ultimate and take out B-Tricky with Kitten following and Coffee soon afterwards.
We see a very good Death Blossom over there from Gav Extreme, and just kind of doing so much damage. Even if he didn't get every final, he did enough to get elimination credit.
Oh, and a nice kill from Riffle onto Benki at the very end of that fight. They're going into the second checkpoint with, I think they're going to have 3 minutes after this, so they could very easily equalize here and get a full cap.
I agree. Still a very, very close match, as we do still have Amplification Matrix on the field. Wow, Gabe Extreme going way deep in, just barely able to escape there.
Yeah, you can see from Kittens, they've swapped to the Junkrat, and they also have the Coalescence and Visor up here, and with Rufal going down early. Ooh, they popped the ultimate, even though they really didn't need it, but it's going to definitely secure the fight win for them.
Yeah, Earth Shatter might go down here, but they've already won the fight, so they definitely wouldn't want to. Oh yeah, wow, and Benki doing his huge diligence there and doing so much damage. And wow.
Huge plays. Riffle still has their ultimate up, which is one of the only ones available for their team, with Ramsey getting close to his Earth Shatter. And that'll be up against the Oppie having his own Earth Shatter, with B-Tricky having, what's it called? Solid Result on the other side.
Oh,
Tactical
Tactical
Visor. I played this game. Oh my god.
We have Earth Shatter coming out from Coffee. They're able to get 2. Unfortunately, no kills immediately, but the amount of disposition is, or dispositioning is done, and able to get 2 kills off of it.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that. Even though he only got 1, which was able to get blamed, the team was so split, there was nothing they could do. Ramsey had no choice but to just fall over.
It looks like Benki might be going for a bit of a sneaky play here, as he does have his Rip Tire soon. We still have Amplification Magic, and he swap over to Soldier on Team GGG as well. Kind of curious what Benki, his plan is here. Definitely try to get a sneaky kill or 2. Wow! A one-shot, a Junkrat Classic, able to take down 1, almost 2. As he might retire here at the end. That total mayhem, unable to find any kills, but the amount of damage he did was done. And that'll slow down their point quite a bit without that Soldier.
Yeah, Ramsey's going to be looking for an Earth Shatter here, trying to catch Copy off guard as they burn out. Oh, he's able to get 2 of them.
Through it, gets 3 down, and those 3 get almost immediately killed.
They're sending the rest of the team running. As long as they don't stagger or lose anybody in the process, they should be at a big advantage for this upcoming fight. And they use Lamp, but we'll see if they're able to break this. Oh, they got the
That's ruffled down. That's really big for. Oh no! Even Man falling off the. Oh, it was a boop. Okay, that's better than I expected.
Crumbling. They had so much space. They had so many picks, but the other team, their sound barrier and Riptire were too much to handle with people jumping
yeah, that
straight
early
up
kill
into it.
on Ruffle was quite devastating for GGG, as they, they're down one of their best supports. Like their most consistent healing. It appears that Ramsey has swapped off of Reinhardt in a turn of events. We are no longer seeing the Rhine Mirror.
Oh, the hot
find
shatter
one kill, immediately gets shattered.
Straight into the wall. They've traded, but Copy's able
punished
to get 2
for his
picks.
actions. Copy's able to get 2, both on Park. Benki following immediately behind.
And even with all of the tools at their disposition, they were not able to equalize. And it'll be round 2 going, or map 2 going to Kittens.
Once again, that's going to be another point for Kittens. And what is this third mode?
Dominated by controller. I was talking smack before the game's even over.
What third mode are we going into?
I believe next we're gonna Flashpoint. So we might see another rust come out from both teams as we have to pick between New Junk City and Servasa.
All right.
So it'll be GGG peaking again. But even though that wasn't what GG wanted, it was still a relatively close match. They're able to get to the third point, but they just weren't able to crack the opposing team's defensive fortifications.
Yeah, and that Reinhardt was doing so well there, even though he's on controller.
Copy was doing phenomenal. All the flank shatters, and even though I think he got shattered even only once that entire game, maybe twice. But he was just consistent the entire way through.
Yeah, flank shatters, flank pins, he was doing phenomenally to do what he could to. It looks like this third map is going to be Servasa, picked by Team GGG once again. And
Also, remember to update the scorecard on the stream. I don't know.
the scorecard. Thank you.
I will see it. And yeah, so GG has chosen to go to Servasa for this upcoming fight. It'll be interesting. I expect that Kittens will have another very similar Moira composition.
I agree. I think that's a pretty good guess. And I'm curious what Copy's going to play here as they wait for, or as they fight on Servasi. Because I
Yeah.
know Copy is good at a lot of tanks, but I'm not sure which one he'll be playing this time.
Yeah, I would. He might stay on the Reinhardt because it's one of his favorite characters, and with the success
Mhm.
from the last round, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep it going. But he could go. I could see Ramatra coming out. I could see the Doomfist coming out as well, maybe.
Doomfist is possible. Doomfist seems to do pretty well on this first point at least, and throughout the rest of the map as well. It's possible maybe a diva. He seems to enjoy her just a little bit. I don't know. I'm sure we'll see very shortly as we.
Yeah, they're currently on a bathroom break, so
I see. I
I'll be
see.
waiting. But I think if we want to go on break for a couple minutes.
I see. I don't.
All right.
Yeah, it's gonna say 20 minutes again, but I'm sure that's fine.
We'll be back before 20 minutes are over.
Surely. Okay. There we go. Transition. There we go. As I lose all of my frames per second for a split second there, we are on to our third map here. Possibly the final one if Kittens are able to take it out this third time in a row.
Yeah, they've been proven to be dominant, and especially that last map. It wasn't as close as the first one. And we'll see with Copy coming out on the Aristo this time, forsaking his Reinhardt oath.
Yep. Unfortunately, rather, we don't see another Reinhardt play. But it's going to be matched with a Doomfist, which unfortunately is going to be very sorry to see the Zarya. Able to get charge punch here. Ramsey's definitely going to look for something special here. B-Trick is able to land a nice early kill over there on that Reaper. Doing some good poke through on the DPS. With Even Man being really low. Oof.
Yeah, and both DPS on GGG going down in quick succession. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard for the Doom to get in here against. They have the spear from the Rissa. They have the the magnetic grenade from Chastity. We'll see if they're able to get any value.
Yeah, there's definitely a few things. There's also the Suzu from Kitten. You know, don't ignore that. That is so easy to just ignore punches. You know, punch goes straight through Suzu. It's intangibility, not immortality. We do see Ramsey doing good to poke here or to test here, but gets kind of taken out by Copy's sheer the amount of CC that Team Kittens has.
Yeah, they're able to equalize with it being a 4v4 now. Kitten 1v1ing to get the extreme, but they're able to TP out. Park going down. GG's definitely on the back foot now, even with the cap supposedly coming through.
Yeah, we've got Bank here. I was going to say 1v1ing, but this is definitely more of a 3v1. We do have Ramsey swapping over to the Winston, one of my favorite characters to play, as he goes in with his Genji, or that's not his Genji. As Benki trades it, or do both? No, yeah, he plays it. The colors are messed up from like weird.
They were almost able to go swap over, but the Terror Surge and the Blade together was just a really good combination. With no ults used for the side of GGG, there was really nothing they had to in response.
Yep, and with that first point secured, we're going to be on to the second point here, which it doesn't show me what point it is, so it's going to look like it's going to be this one that everyone's at.
I don't know what they're called either, to be honest.
I don't quite have the brain rot to every flashpoint location. I'm sure I will learn eventually. Ramsey probably swapping over to the Winston here to counter a little bit of Orisa and that Genji. They're both doing a lot here. Ooh, Orisa pushing it a little too fast, and she gets immediately taken out with Benki from the behind, and the exact same thing. Both teams using Kitsune Rush, but GGG also using Coalescence to win that fight.
That was a really cleave engagement. They used, although the GGG kind of used both supports a little early, the Kittens decided to engage onto it, and Copy just got bursted down with all of the damage coming through. So we'll see that the Kittens now has no ults to their name, with GGG having 3, and we'll see what value they get.
Yeah, GGG here has point capture and ult economy over Kittens here. They're definitely going to want to see what they can deal with this. Ooh, with Winston just barely unable to kill that Genji's, or Lucio, he's going to try to go back in. Maybe use Primal here to get out. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a recontest. Here we go. As Emu Man going ludicrous. Wish I'd gotten that point of view. Focused on the Ramsey.
Yeah, and then with Park and Rufel following up in quick succession after that, they were able to finish that fight. They used 2 ultimates, but they still have the Reaper ult, and with nothing on the other side, this could prove to be a big factor in capping this point.
Yeah, we've got here really no composition changes here, but Kins are going to need to rush a little bit to try to get to the point here, as they do what they can. Ramsey does not have Primal Rage this time, so he's going to be targeted and drilled down. Ooh. Just like that. As Kavi does have Terra Surge, I don't think it'll be necessary, as they can kind of... Ooh, Emu may getting another really nice kill over on Be Tricky. Kind of forced into a corner, however. Wow, the amount of sustain that this Genji has is incredible.
Genji up as much as they can. And it gets Stone 6 with the Biotic Orb.
We're going to see Dragon Blade come up from Benki to try to finish off the rest of them. And a Death Blossom over there from... Wow. The fact that ultimates had to be pushed into this fight is really surprising to me. Or even more.
Yeah, Gabby Extreme came back to the fight, and although he thought he could turn it, he was a little too far away when he ulted, and with the spear coming, or the javelin coming out from Mersa, there's really nothing he could do after that. He was forced to just...
They're still contesting, even though they don't. Yeah. I think, honestly, it would be best to get back and stay alive and just let them cap for a moment. But we are going to see Coalescence, Kitsune Rush, and another Dragon Blade here soon. As...
Yeah, they're cycling these Dragon Blades really quickly. GGG is going to have bow supports though, and they could try and go really fast again, especially if they're able to get Dragon Blade up.
Both teams have both support ults and soon
Sure.
have a DPS ult as well. And so this is going to be a very even match, I'd say, as Ramsey jumps in very quickly and just gets his shield destroyed. Terror Surge is going to be very useful here as
Bastion are using form.
we're going to see them trade Kitsune Rush, as probably going to see a sound barrier here soon if I have to guess. Maybe to try to keep him alive, yeah. You see that overhealth.
Be tricky not getting the beat that everybody else got and being able to force down. So 4v3 now with Benki on point, but if they're able to clean these kills up, they're going to be able to equalize and go 1-1 on Sarasa.
Looking like what it is that early point control and ultimate economy just being better really was good for GGG there.
And even after all of that, they still have 2 ults as a comparison to the 1 ult on the other side. And with Gabby Stream also getting up to a 3rd ult rather quickly, they still maintain the ultimate advantage.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're definitely going to see another quick capture from GGG, I would guess, because of how divey they're playing. The Winston's doing a really good job to just kind of jump in, get good damage in, get good anything in, although he might have to use Primal to get out.
Ooh,
he doesn't use Primal and just dies instead.
Primal. That was an odd decision coming out from the Winston, jumping up and just get bursting down by the Bastion.
Unfortunately, Copy's unable to touch point quick enough, so GGG does get first point capture, which on Flashpoint is not really what you want to happen, as it was basically half a fight and GGG's already at 20, almost 25%.
Yeah, but you see here, now that they have this point capture, this is one that's really important to have prior point control, because they have, especially with the Torv and the Bastion, who can set up on high ground with the Orisa, it's really hard for the other team to walk in. And you can see with the swap over to Zarya, they're going to be trying, kind of countering that damage by getting up to high charge and having high damage of their own. But we'll see if they have the coordination.
I think Ramsey's starting to realize that he needs to go high here. Yep. There's just so much high, and then if GGG does not go high, they will die. And it's looking like it may happen either way, as she's forced to use his, one of his barriers, getting instantly to 50%. And another barrier. That is no more bubbles on the side of Ramsey. He's doing what he can. We do have Dragon Blade in the hands of an Emu, which recently he's been able to do some real good quality things with it. I'd like to see what happens this time.
Coming out now. Guy Extreme trying to go on a flank as well. Let's see if he's able to.
We're going to see the Dragon Blade and the Death Blossom here. Yep. So much damage.
Only 1 trade coming out with
oh wow.
them getting Benki for Gabby Extreme, but now that they have the Kitsune Rush in comparison to the Baptiste ult, the Orisa ult also coming out, not able to get anyone with B-Tricky going down, E-Man going down in comparison.
So much going down. It's basically an Overwatch 2 moment, but it looks like Kittens are going to win this fight, as they didn't. If they had fallen over from those previous 2 ultimates, it would have been a bit better for them. But no, Kittens were able to survive. And
they kind of, GGG, what they did is they had all 3 ultimates going onto that top layer, but they kind of compounded all of them at once. When the other team was able to kind of just kite backwards, use gold, get into that other room, and so all of them kind of went to waste, only for Benki's ult.
Yeah, and then all Benki did was lay out the molten core on the ground, and they couldn't really push into that room that you know, as you said, they retreated into. So really good ultimate usage from Benki there, and unfortunately, not much utility, or not much happened with Emu Mans and Gibbs.
Here we're in an odd situation where the Moira is split from the entire rest of the team, with the entirety of Kittens trying to go after her. She's able to fade out just barely with a sliver of HP. But they have to be careful now for the Bastion as he's turning the corner. We can see here the point was actually behind them, and so Kittens are going to be trying to get the first cap, which seems like it's going to be successful.
Yeah, having 3 on there was really important. We are going to see Gravitic Flux coming out, or Graviton Surge rather, coming out from Ramsey. Only able to get 2, but but 2 eliminations from it as well. Immortality comes out by Stone 6.
Yeah, but they should be able to check the rest of them down. Yeah. The ult from Park was actually really big in letting them convert that point. just the continuous damage and healing was too much for them to handle. But going to this next fight, GG is gonna have to try and get their ultimates online, especially that Visor and that Kitsune Rush, because with Copy having it, Copy and Be Tricky having their ults already, and Kit and Stone Six almost having both support ults as well, they can come to the site with a giant advantage.
Yeah, the only two ultimates that GGG has is going to be Tactical Visor and Kitsune Rush, which are both incredibly good, especially when used together. But 5 to 2 ultimates, it's pretty, one's going to do a little better than the other. We are going to see the Terror Surge come out in combination with the artillery from Be Tricky there, able to force him immediately off the point, and wow, just instantly capturing it. We are going to see that combination that I mentioned of the Kitsune Rush and Tactical Visor, and even when he's able to get 2 with his Disruptor shot, Benki doing what he can to do some extra damage there, but
that was a big fight win for GGG. They were able to use the Kitsune Rush and Visor to great effect, getting rid of like 2 people straight off the bat. And I thought they'd be dying when they fully peeked that window, but with their superior numbers and all their abilities, they were able to sustain the offensive. And now they're coming to this next fight with Park coming up to his coalescence very quickly, and Emi having the overclock. They could just finish this off and get this to a 5th round.
Yeah, the only ultimate that Kittens have is this Molten Core right here, which is doing a little bit of damage, but only so much they can do with it. Able to get 2 kills, Be Tricky and Benki taking down both the supports as we sort of wait for what can happen here. Contesting as much as we can.
Is coming up with the Coalescence to try and equal this out. The giant
Coalescence plus Graviton Flux.
He needs to be shooting. Oh no. Parkalicious was shooting the Zarya with their ultimate when the Graviton Surge had everybody in it.
Wow, that was a
drastic miscommunication that kind of cost them that.
Very close fight. We're actually going to see Copy swap over to the Ryan here for this final fight, on this point at least. And it's going to look like the ultimates are a bit in favor of Kittens again, as they almost have both support ults again. Artillery is on the field, and that's the only ultimate in the games right now.
Yeah, we'll see here. The Kittens does have the ultimate advantage again. We're going to see if they're going to be able to get a Kitsune rush up in time to equalize.
Well, we're going to see the Amplification Matrix plus the Bastion configuration is just going to be so much damage that nothing they can do about it, as Benki just wipes the floor with the rest of them. And
there to kill the rest of the team. Emu Man going down. That's a team kill right there to finish this off on a very decisive note.
That's going to be the end of the first match of your summer showdown. Spring showdown.
I thought it would be a little bit closer, but they were able to pull it together and really work to all of their strengths.
Although, I mean, it was an 0-3, but at the same time, each match was really close. This was 99 to 100. This first, or the second and third point. So it was just really, really close rounds, even though the score says 0-3.
Yeah, that's true. So I think that GSG has a bright future. I think they have a really good squad together. They have a bit more practice than they can really iron out what went wrong, especially with ult cycling.
I agree.
And yeah, I think these are both really good teams, probably 2 of the better teams in the tournament. So we'll see what happens to them as the weeks go on.
I agree with everything you said there. As you also said at the beginning, 2 very good teams, 2 very good tanks, and really there's nothing more I can say than what you said. A bit of a Reinhardt silliness on that second point, I found very enjoyable, but
sure, I always like a good Reinhardt matchup.
Oh yeah, can't complain. It looks like that's going to be the end of it. And
yeah.
I'd say thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure casting.
Certainly.
If I'm ever needed in the future, you can always swing by. But
thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.